all for coming back. So recharge my phone. This is just not gonna work. Ugh, these technical difficulties just got me crazy. Close. Ugh, this is so weird. Ugh. All of a sudden, get that phone in. Come on. Ugh, how do I do that? Okay, good. So I'm charging, I think. Ugh, it's not making any noises, whatever. Anyway, so my phone died too, so definitely retrograde shit. No, you're not too late. I'm gonna finish off with my Gemini. If you just tuned in, go back and watch the other video before my phone shut off. Silly thing. It is getting close to 11. I'm gonna be in bed by midnight, so I'm gonna just watch some TV. Also, what's up on TV, y'all? If you have cable and you have DVR, I would definitely DVR American Woman. That's what the Lisa system. That's right, she's back with Mina Savari. And that'll be something fun to watch. And let me go to the bathroom really quick. Shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so to recap what I did say, for those of you who didn't, I did this whole lengthy thing about Geminis and Cancers and what the things that they need to do. I'm not doing celebrity readings tonight. It was just kind of more like, let's check in with each other. I'm not going to be here on Wednesday because I'm going to get busy doing a table reading thing, and then also, so he keeps texting me and wanting me to come over tonight, and I'm like, no, I'm busy. So let's take a look at what's going on. I'm going to just pull the cards for Gemini and for Cancer as a happy early birthday to all of y'all. Oh man, so annoying. Just so annoying. This is also kind of why I hate this. My phone, I need a new battery, I need a new phone. I don't really get into all that. You know, here's another thing I believe. I believe that you're more born in the month of whatever you are. So if you're born in June, then you're a Gemini. If you're born in July, you're a Cancer. I think each of the months are appropriate for each zodiac sign. It makes sense. There's 12 zodiac signs and 12 months in a year. So if you're January, you're Capricorn. For December, you're Sagittarius. I know the cusp. I don't know. And the rising sign and all that stuff. I think it's a little too much. Breakdown, and it's just like, if you just are whatever sign you are, like the main one, then that's the big part of who you are. You know, whatever you identify with the most, and then we break down the personality traits from that. You know, I think I'm a Gemini, rising, whatever, but bitch, I'm a Taurus. Bitch, I'm a Taurus. Okay, so Gemini. Oh my goddess. So, like, another thing, so you should get a reading with me. To recap, if you didn't watch the first video, for $50, I'll do a reading and a spell for the next month. It'll be fun. For anyone who applies, just tell me that's what you want, and we'll set it up. Two, whoa, what did I just say? Crap. Oh, so I had this great story, and my client's willing to totally share this with me. But the other day, we were talking about stuff, and I got visited by the Virgin Mary, and it was really crazy. I also felt like I got to really understand her as she, like, kind of passed by me, and then I had this message that I'm not going to share, because, you know, it's our privacy, but hi, honey. It's really legit, and it was one of those things that, like, she had to do this thing, I should remember a certain thing. And I know I'm talking in vague, but yeah, she remembered what I asked her to, and it was so powerful and blew my mind. There's that. Okay, so Gemini's, the Storykeeper card has been drawn, the Fairy Tales card has been drawn, and the Gossamer Princess has been drawn. So basically, collectively, I can tell you, Fairy Tales card is about walking away from a toxic relationship. Which is really funny because that's what I keep on asking you Gemini's to do. Um, and really just choosing yourself. You really have a problem with that. The Gossamer Princess 2 is all about reweaving the webs that you built. Honestly, usually this, hi honey, honestly, this card usually means to fly away and build new ones. But because this is, I feel so prominent with you guys really need to go back and forge the ones that you already have. There's a lot of scorched earth with you guys, and you guys really need to go over mend those fences. A lot of people care for you, and you guys really shouldn't neglect that. And I'm kind of speaking personally because I'm having the same issue with the Gemini, and yeah. But the fairy tales card also is about walking away from a toxic relationship that you've probably held onto for a very long time, usually a man. You need to walk away and choose yourself. And lastly, the Storykeeper card shows getting back to your writing roots. A lot of Geminis, I think, you guys, because you guys are so in your head and there's two of you, writing is kind of something you're attracted to. You just don't usually know the fashion of it. So get back into that. Diary entries or whatever. Actually, considering this Gemini, I will show him this reading, but he had the gift of writing and he wrote an article and then never did anything with it. So there's that. Now for you Cancers, let's see what's going on there. And I need to go to bed soon. Thank you for sharing time with me and allowing me to share with you, especially because it's not a Wednesday, but and I dropped out. Technology is so annoying. Now recap to what planets are in retrograde. Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter. What's going into retrograde is Mars and Neptune. Uh-oh, did I freeze? Shit. Guys, oh, I hate this. Sucks. How do I... Man. Oh my god. Wow. Let's try that again. So dumb. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Retrograde. So again, to recap the planets, it's funny all this is happening. I'm talking about all these planets. Pluto's in retrograde. Mars will be going into retrograde. Neptune's going to be going into retrograde. We're looking at another fiver. So this will be the summer of retrograde. So wear any stones that you can. Wear any talismans that you can. The evil eye will be really good. All that stuff. Geminis, I hope you heard me. It's kind of like I'm like getting booted because it's like maybe you should go to bed if you're responsible tomorrow, which I'm gonna. Y'all. Fuck. Y'all are still with me. I mean, look how kind of quiet you guys are. I feel like it's like I'm in a school. They need to have questions, not the time. I'm glad you guys are really into the whole astrology thing. You know, I think it's really great. It's kind of like my new party trick. It's kind of always show everybody like I know what's up. I really should at yarn. Don't you love those that you just know you're gonna crawl into bed and it's gonna be so good? Desiree! Oh, Desiree. I owe you a reading, girl. Alright. What is in line for the Cancers? Gatekeeper. Alright. 3 separate things for you. The Gatekeeper card has been drawn. Something that will be the time. It will be the time. Time is coming. Something will be done. And the time will have been well spent and well earned or whatever. I'm kind of getting that it's like, what is it? It's career-wise, I think, or the time has come. And and unfortunately, it's not something that will just happen. It's something that you'll know you have to act on. So when you face that moment, you'll be like, oh, this is what Sean was talking about. Time is coming. 2, the Carry Me Home card. I think this speaks to all those that are in a relationship and all those that are seeking for one. Time to drop that independent layer down a little bit and trust the notch and let yourself get carried to the next level. You can't just have a real tendency that even when you're in a relationship with someone, you're not really, because you always have the ability to just cut ties and walk away. The deeper someone gets to know you, the harder it is to walk away. And it is also the harder for you to be monogamous. So whatever it is that you're in, it's time to kind of just let it in. And lastly, ancestor energy has been drawn. Light the Darkness is all about gaining whatever knowledge you can in the moment, because soon, whatever it is around you, a mentor or whatever, the time that you're with is passing. Nothing that they're going to pass on, but your time with a close mentor, or that era of your life where you get to be the student, where you get to be the one that learns, is coming to a quick end, which means you have to also, what's funny, I think it does also particularly line up with what's going to happen for your career. So the time for learning, yeah, you're waiting for them. Yeah, see, so the time for learning is kind of over. You're kind of a little long in the tooth to be an apprentice at this point. The time will come where you have to be a master. So there is that. So at the risk of not incurring another fall down, I think this is time for me to end it, kind of like Mr. Rogers. Go back and watch the 3-part video that this is. It's so exciting. Again, leaving you with the fact that we're in 3 planets of retrograde, so money this, money that, money that. Work with St. Jude if you want money. Work with St. Michael if you want everything, honestly. Not St. Michael, Archangel Michael. How do you work with those candles? Give them a shot of rum, do the shot with them. It's an easy transaction. There's a reason why you can buy those candles at every Five and Dime, at every Target, is because they are the basic entry-level deities of Santeria and Voodoo combined. So, you know, most people who practice the arts of Santeria and Voodoo know that they had to go to a botanica and go to someplace deeper for the darker magic. It's totally okay to work with those deities during retrograde. And again, during any retrograde, it is about the idea that energy is being sent out and we don't know where it's going because everything's going backwards. So depending on what it is that you're trying to do, you know, so obviously I don't think money magic would be the best thing to do because we're kind of all in a slump. You just have to do little like things like, you know, make a talisman or make a charm bag, or, you know, those are easy ways to combat the energies that are happening because they're not really infecting anyone but you. You know what I mean? And money is something that belongs to everyone, so you could definitely do some money magic always, and that's why I suggest doing with St. Jude, because he definitely guarantees it to you quickly. But things like that, I definitely would stay away from anything love oriented or attraction oriented, and definitely opportunity in businesses. Just kind of have to go with the punches on that. And just keep trucking along, you know. Come December, we all find ourselves in new places. And again, like I said, you know, in the beginning of the year, we're in the year of the dog. So this is obviously, I think, the time when, with all the planets going into retrograde, that we're all kind of losing our homes in a way. I know I feel like I've lost it in a lot of ways. So now we're at the point of the year, in the middle point of the year of the dog. So it's definitely that point where we all kind of feel a little lost. So the only way to go back home is to sniff out your old tracks and go backwards. So I feel like things from the past, good things from the past, are definitely worth going back and taking a second look at, you know, ways of letting go or ways of going back. I know I've definitely done that, reconnecting with people from my past and what have you. So, again, the only way to find your way home is the people that kind of help with breadcrumbs, or familiar places, familiar people, familiar jobs, familiar anything that makes you go back to the home that you were at. But the funny thing is, the home won't be the same home. It's nothing does ever stay the same. So when we do return home by February, it'll be someplace new, but also the same. Like, I fully expect to hopefully be way more in the industry than ever, because I've always belonged there, but I just don't know how to find my way back. So that kind of stuff. So it doesn't have to be something totally old. It just has to be something familiar to you, and that's what it's all about. Yeah. And I leave you on that. In these times, again, focus on positivity, focus on smiles, and really everyone's going through something, so you never know when to smile, or just letting some old guy hit on you at the market, which happened to me. Like, it was gross. Like, I don't know how anyone would say that. I mean, I gotta give him kudos for his line, but Jesus, like, what? But you never know who needs that extra bit of a lift, you know, and what might take you nothing, it means everything to someone. So, on that note, no quote, nothing, be good to each other. I'm happy to share my successes with you and share in your successes, and thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys hopefully next Wednesday as I can. But as I said, things are happening. Work is crazy in a good way, and be mindful of your energy, and know that fight energy is definitely upon us, so definitely try to really communicate yourself and also exercise a little patience. The world needs a little patience right now. It's kind of crazy. I love you all. And hopefully a celebrity read will come next week. Post your suggestions. Also, consider the retrograde redemption, I guess. Readings where I'm gonna do a spell with you, where I send you to do something or whatever. But I think it's well worth it during these times. $50 will buy you 15 minutes on spell for the next month or so. And that is that. Yeah. Thank you for being a fan, especially for all of you loyal diehard fans, especially during the trying times of me and a she who must not be named. But I wish that person all the best as well, as I'm sure that person is probably going through it too. Be good to each other. Always have love in your heart, and you can't go wrong. Okay? I love you all, and I will see you soon. And email me for that reading if you want. Yeah, Harry Potter. Y'all sleep tight, alright? Mwah.